Yo, my name is Scissors, aka Drake Jackson. I am an Akron, Ohio native, but a little bit less than a year ago I moved to Dallas, Texas. So I just wanted to express why I moved and what it's like living in Dallas, Texas, just in case anybody is looking to move here soon. I come from the Midwest, which is pretty cold very often, a lot of snow, windy cities, things like that, a lot of trees, a lot of water. You know what I mean? I'm close to Lake Erie, and lakes are around a lot. I wanted to change the scenery. I was 28 years old. I wanted to leave that nest all the time just because my city deals with a great deal of poverty. It's from the same place as LeBron James. If you hear him talk about it, he'll express how nobody really makes it successful out of that city. So I've always wanted to get out of there and go somewhere where I could pursue more dreams and more opportunities, so to speak. So I looked a large list of places, narrowed them down month by month, and I was faced with Phoenix, Arizona, and Dallas, Texas. Um, so one of my first things on why I moved to Dallas, Texas would be I chose Dallas over Phoenix because the population of African American people here. A lot of black owned businesses, a lot of black people here, a lot of minorities here, including, all races, Asian, Mexican, Puerto Rican, all Hispanics and black and African and everything like that. I think the diversity was a lot higher as far as what was on paper. So that was one of the reasons I chose to move down here. I felt really comfortable and welcome. Another reason was because of the weather. I moved because we deal with snow probably 4 to 6 months out of the year. It starts snowing around late November. It doesn't really let up until early April, late March back at home. And around here, they say it gets snow every 4 to 5 years. I've been here since early July, late June. Haven't seen any snow. I think the heat went till about late October, early November. It took until about early January for it to even start getting cold. It's a 40, 30 degree weather. And even so, it didn't drop much below that. Being African American, I feel like I need my, melanin to kind of be fed, vitamin D. I want more sun. I want more warm weather. I feel like I deserve that. So that was another reason. Something else, the job markets. I read that the job markets were really good. And I'll tell you, I moved down here early July and I had a job within 2 weeks. There are a lot of marketing jobs because there's a high population here. It's a busy town. So a lot of marketing jobs will give you the opportunity to do marketing development or sales marketing, where you can potentially go door to door or stand at storefronts and things like that and get opportunities to sell if you're good with people, car sales, a lot of different sales opportunities that are given here. So that was my first position. When I kind of got tired of doing that because it was all commission based, I decided to go for health benefit verification, which is what I did last, and I actually have a new job now. So I've actually worked 3 jobs in the last 8 months or so. Like I said, really easy to get jobs. I once applied for a job at noon and got a call by 1 o'clock. It's really easy. They're really quick and easy to work with here. So the job market is really expanded for whatever you want to do. Tidy up your resume and start sending it out the way I see it. But those are the main reasons that I moved. Another thing is the nightlife in here. The nightlife in Dallas, Texas is really good. I'm not far from downtown, which is a good thing. But just downtown, you have Uptown, which is pretty much a sub part of downtown. You have Deep Ellum, which is right off of downtown. Those are really populated, really good party places for all ethnicities, all ages, all shapes and sizes, pretty much, you know what I mean? You see all walks of life down there partying. So it's a really comforting place, both uptown and Deep Ellum. So I'm close to nightlife. Everything is in close proximities. I feel like I'm not traveling too far when I drive somewhere. You know what I mean? So I just moved down here to really get a peace of mind. I really like it. One thing that you want to keep in mind if you do decide to visit Dallas, Texas, is the tolls. There are tolls a lot of places that you drive. Once you leave actual Dallas and you start to head towards the suburbs, there are usually tolls to get there. There are tolls to leave Dallas. You know what I mean? And if you don't have a toll tag, they'll be sending you something in the mail to wherever your license plate is registered. So keep in mind those types of things. The cost of living is not very bad. I live in a very small apartment. At least I think it's pretty small. It's about 500 square feet. I pay $700 a month, $750 a month. I do pay utilities, but I don't think that's too bad. You know what I mean? I'll probably be relocating soon, but I've been looking around and the pricing isn't too bad. It's not like a LA or New York City or anything like that. It's not as low as in Atlanta or back home in Akron, but it is relatively good for such a big city. And I just like being here. So far, I feel really welcome. A common assumption that I hear from a lot of my peers before I moved down here, and even after when I talk to them back home, they ask me a lot about racism. And one thing I'll say is, so far, I haven't really experienced any racism. They assume that since it's Texas, it's part of the South, there's a lot of racism. I also assume the same thing. I'm really big on my culture, and I haven't really experienced that. A lot of people of all ethnicities are very friendly around here. It's just a very friendly place. So I really haven't experienced anything bad. If I do experience anything bad, I'll be sure to let people know. But honestly, I feel really alive. I feel really welcome, and I feel like I can go places being here, and I feel like I'll be here for a little while. So I like Dallas, Texas.